Welcome back to Treknopod. That's right, we are back. We really are so very sorry that we were unable to get out of our quarters. We were locked in our quarters. We tried to get to the bridge. It just wasn't possible. There was a ship-wide malfunction, but we are now back on the bridge all together, all co-captains, and we are excited to talk about episode 8 of season 1 of Enterprise, which is called Breaking the Ice. And I was trying to think, like, should we do an icebreaker as part of this episode? Should we get to know each other in a way we've never done before? Learn a secret or two, perhaps? Maybe we'll come back to it.
Interesting idea.
Yeah.
What did you have
So
in mind?
I'm throwing it out there now just as like a teaser, so that either we completely forget about it by the end of the episode, or which is more likely, or that's our nice way to close out the episode. So yeah, so anyways, but we're going to be talking about episode 8. We're going to get right into it, and I have plenty of notes, as I typically do, but I just want to throw it out there first. Let's get a feel for the episode. What did we think? Did we like it? Did we dislike it? We'll start with Captain Linda. How are you? Welcome.
I am great. Thank you so much. I liked this episode. I thought it was good. I love this early Vulcan and human interactions where we're not really getting along. So like, we're allies. It's not like we're not enemies, but we're not getting along so great. I like exploring that a lot, because Vulcans are just always kind of like the closest to humans later on in Trek. So it's kind of nice to see that it was kind of a rocky start.
Yeah, it sure was. I feel like there's the only interaction we get that's a positive one is the one involving T'Pol. Any other Vulcan that appears on this show, it like sucks.
Is T'Pol a positive interaction though? Because they don't really like her that much. Like,
it's true, but she's sort of she still stands separate from the Vulcans. So like in that sense, like I kind of like she's in her own situation of where it's difficult, but like
fair enough.
But I think like compared to the rest of the Vulcans, like she's definitely the shining light of getting along versus the rest of them.
So. Comparatively, for sure. She's like the bridge, because she's kind of ostracized by the Vulcans a little bit for being with the humans.
Yeah, totally. Vactor, what'd you think?
Yeah, I echo everything that Linda said. This was a nice episode, nice quiet episode, but it gives us this kind of viewpoint into humanity's curiosity, the Vulcans' skepticism, and then T'Pol's personal choice between duty and choice. And I think, I haven't seen the other episodes. Shoff, don't spoil it. But I think this might be like the turning point where T'Pol starts to become more relatable and more likable, because these first few episodes, she's been just kind of standoffish and very stern, and she's set in her ways. But this episode, I feel like there's going to be some type of a turning point where she's going down her own path now, and choosing to be like, I love the stuff that Trip says to her in this episode, and she's taking that to heart and becoming a little tiny bit more human. So I like that.
Yeah, I definitely agree there with both of you. I like this episode. For me, obviously I've seen it a few times. I try to watch each episode that we review twice. I watch it once.
That's a good idea.
Just to kind of like, just to watch it. And then I watch it a second time, like before we record, and that's when I like dig in my notes and stuff, just to kind of, so I can like pause it, take those beats and really like unpack things. And what I got from it the second viewing was a lot of, it was a lot of nuanced performance. T'Pol especially, there's only so much she's really allowed as a Vulcan to convey. And there's even times when I know that the intention is to convey that she's grappling with this choice, but it's certainly not on her face. It's like, it's more of like the dramatic irony of just knowing that she's dealing with this versus witnessing her physical struggle, because it's just stoicism right there. You're not going to get any read on her that way.
You're not going to get much. That's
Yeah. So that was nice. But I also think this episode does a lot to make Archer and Trip more endearing characters as well, which is really cool. Archer especially, because it's not, I kind of go right into this thing about the, I'll come back to it. But like the fourth grade class when they do this like recording, I thought that was so freaking cute to like spend a moment and talk to a fourth grade class. And I was like, no other Star Trek show has done anything like that before. Like, they don't care about anybody on Earth in that regard. Certainly no kids.
It's just not as exciting, like at that point, because it's just
maybe it's
just there.
True.
Like it's a career option. Like a bunch of kids are probably going into Starfleet because like their parents are, their grandparents were, or whatever. But at this point, it's like no one's ever really done this. Like this is a new part of Starfleet. Like this is the equivalent of like when astronauts make videos on the ISS to send to kids, or like FaceTime into colleges, universities, high schools, middle schools, whatever. Which that's all I could think about. That's what I was.
No, it's totally totally
just
like
totally
that.
the equivalent of doing that. Which again,
and they're heroes. Like the Enterprise crew, they're all like heroes. To
like
these,
everyone is really. And the kids like sending the drawings.
Yeah.
Which, how did they get those there?
That's a good point.
I was trying to figure out, like, did you send a shuttle? Like, is it like kind of like some kind of like replicator fax system?
Yeah, because they don't look like prints of art. They look like the actual art. Yeah, you're right. That's a great point. I didn't consider the cute kids' drawings. I think just the fact that the crew was excited to see a comet was funny to me. Like that was like really exemplary of what we've been talking about each week, is that this crew, everything is fresh. Everything is new. These experiences are what make them human. What makes them human is their reaction to this like external stimulus, which is seeing a comet go by that's bigger than they've ever seen before and getting like visibly and audibly excited about it, telling everybody, hey, go to the window, man. You're not going to believe what's over there, dude. There's a freaking comet. That's Archer like on the ship-wide communications. Like, you're not going to believe it, dude.
If you're not near a window, you might want to be.
Yeah. Yeah, stop what you're doing. Quit eating your pecan pie and check out this comet over here.
The pecan pie.
I just thought that was it's so fun.
Of all the desserts that humanity has created, pecan pie.
Yeah. Linda, not a fan?
I like it. Don't get me wrong, I like it. Like at Thanksgiving, like I'm probably gonna have a slice, but like my Thanksgiving dessert plate is not just going to be pecan pie. And if I don't have room, like the pecan pie is going to be the thing that I'm not going to get, like I'm never going to choose it over other desserts, I guess. Like it's good. It's very good.
You know what? I think we found our icebreaker question, which is in place of pecan pie or pecan pie, however you want to say it. What would you as Trip hope that Chef had left for you to enjoy late at night since you missed your meal? What dessert?
Maybe lava cake.
Ooh, lava cake.
I know. I have to be really careful with chocolate. I can't have a lot of it, and so but when I do, that's my go-to.
It's all sugar.
Choice. It's so good.
That's the point.
I don't even really care about the cake part. I want the inside of the lava cake.
She wants the liquid hot magma.
Also, my mom used to make, or she does make this like chocolate peanut butter pie, but it's like chocolate chips and peanut butter chips, and it's all like melty and delicious. And that's one of my favorite things ever. And as I'm talking, I'm realizing that I haven't had it in a while. And so, Mom, I know that you're watching this. Please make that when my friends and I come home for fall break. Thank you so much. I love you.
Admiral, I've never had it, so I need to have it as soon as possible. So you're gonna have to send an extra batch over to Western Washington, please. Thank you so much. And next time I'm in Florida, which is very unlikely, we can do that too. Yes, and send some for Vactor too. But if he doesn't eat it, I'll eat his part too. So
I'll do a review. We can post it to all the Treknopod social media pages.
Yeah, I gotta say, let me tell you something. Pecan pie, that's more than just dessert to me. That's home. That's sitting out on the porch back in Florida. Warm breeze coming off the water. Mama putting a pie down on the table, still steaming from the oven. There's just something about that sweet, nutty crunch mixed with the gooey filling that makes you feel like everything's right in the world. And if you ain't never
give him
one,
the Oscar right
with a glass of cold milk, well, you ain't lived.
You ain't lived.
Well,
That's all I got to say about that.
Nice. 10 out of 10.
That was amazing.
Awesome.
But I did love all of the stuff with the pie, and the one appearance by my MVP Phlox was at the beginning when they were sitting there and he was looking at the pictures. I got to get more Phlox. Every episode, I got to have more Phlox. I need more Phlox, baby.
Phlox.
I agree. We need Phlox in every episode, but he's always got to be stealing food off of someone's plate. Like, he should have out of nowhere just appeared and taken like a bite of Trip's pie. He would
have been taking a bite of Trip's pie. Right? I was actually thinking that while I was watching it. I was like, where's Phlox coming and trying
You're right.
Pie?
This is actually very excellent. I love this. This is delicious.
Your impressions are so great. Really following in Garrett Wong's footsteps with the impressions. Yeah. You are Enterprise. Except you are promoted to captain, so maybe not.
Yes, I beat him. I was thinking I've been watching Voyager as you both probably know, but like I'm into maybe about 9 or 10 episodes into season 5, and they've been focusing a lot on Naomi Wildman, like the youngest kid on Voyager, and she keeps talking about wanting to be the captain's assistant, and I'm like thinking I'm like, she has a better chance of becoming like higher than an ensign than Harry Kim does, and she's only like 6 years old.
So there is an episode, and I can't remember right now, but there is an episode where they're seeing a bunch of different Shattered, maybe, I can't remember, where they're seeing a bunch of different futures of Voyager, and there is one alternate future where Naomi Wildman actually outranks Harry Kim.
Yes, I knew it. I was like, this has got to be a thing. I was like, she already knows just as much as Harry. Yeah, she's a smart kid.
Yeah, she's that. I think season 5 might be one of my favorites of Voyager. It's good. I love Naomi Wildman. Yeah,
she's great. She's been great.
She's really cute.
So yeah, the Trip quote of the week for me, it was a toss up between two. There were two excellent ones, and it makes me think that we might need to start instituting on this podcast a Trip clip of the week, because he's just always got something good to say. It was either going to be, wow, that's one big snowball, talking about the comet, or a poop question, sir.
That was so
that was great.
Funny. God, that was so funny. I laughed a lot at that. It was just
where does the poop go, Trip?
He was acting like a disgruntled 10-year-old kid. He was like, I don't want to answer this question. I want a better question.
Really, sir?
And it was really funny. Yeah, that was really funny. I loved that whole sequence of events a lot. That was
their boots are made of poop. You heard it here first, folks.
Sick.
Poop.
Well, I've never really thought about that in terms of the replicator, but I guess that makes sense. I mean, astronauts on the ISS today, like, they do drink water that's made out of their own recycled urine, so I guess it makes sense.
Don't knock it till you try it. Everybody likes their own brand. I want to do an impression of T'Pol reading the message, the encrypted message from Vulcan that's got her in a tizzy. This is my impression of her, just looking at the screen and reading it. Thank you. That was my impression.
10 out of 10.
Excellent to Shoff. Excellent.
Like I'm like, as I'm watching, I'm like, I know I'm supposed to be registering just how much, internal struggle and conflict she's experiencing right now, but I'm seeing the most blank expression I've ever seen. So sorry, Jolene. I apologize.
No, but here's the thing though, is I think like it's almost harder to do that. Like that.
Yeah, right.
To not react. So I feel like her like micro expressions, almost like her, like, it's very, very subtle, but I really do love her acting a lot. I'm slowly getting on board with T'Pol. In the first episode, I was like, or the first like time we saw her, the first couple times I saw her, I was like, oh, I'm really gonna love her. And then by the end of the pilot, I was like, I don't love her. I'm slowly like, I love her acting. I don't know. I'm working on it. I think her like struggling, and this is so weird, it almost humanizes her, even though she's obviously not human, to like, for her to struggle with something personal and then go to someone and talk to them about it, like to go to Trip. I was like, oh, okay, she's like a person.
Yeah, that took a lot probably for her. That took an incredible amount. Yeah. She's a slow burn for sure. Like, it's going to take a while to really get I think the T'Pol that is really beloved by the fandom. I think she definitely got great qualities right now, but there's so much to unpack with her that you just haven't seen yet, and you haven't. So just, I would just say this, like, stick with it. She's a very complex individual. Yeah.
People love her so much, and she's so like she's one of like iconic Trek women, and obviously I love a good iconic Trek woman, so I'm definitely sticking with it. Yeah. I liked her in this episode actually a lot. I didn't really have any moments in this episode where I was like, ugh. So I liked her.
So they're on this comet and they need to mine it. There's some material, some mineral that is like super rare, and you know, Vulcans are always looking for it and stuff like that. And so they send Malcolm and Travis to the surface. And I thought it was fun that they kind of had a chance to kind of just fool around in the snow and like make a snowman, and eventually it became a Vulcan snowman. But I just like that, to me, like I'm like, again, this show does such a great job of making it like, this is what it would be like if people not too far from us in terms of overall progress made it out to space and are seeing things for the first time and are interacting with stuff for the first time and are like, there's a comet, I want to go land on it, and I'm going to go build a snowman. Like that, like that's the thought that comes in. And then they get chastised for it. Yeah, chastised for it by Archer. He's like, you know, I can
Who's the sculptor?
I'm watching you right
he was
now.
Watching them, and they were like, it'll be gone in a minute, sir. We were just having fun. I was like, that's pretty funny.
Unfortunately, that was my cringe moment for the week for the visual effects. Ooh, it hurt me so much.
It's funny that you say that. My first thought was that just does not look like snow and ice. I was like, I'm just not buying that's snow.
It does.
Would you believe that this episode was nominated for the 2002 Emmy Award for visual effects?
No, it was not.
No. It was?
Wait, what year?
2002.
The 2002 Emmys was terrible.
They must not have had too much competition. That's all I can say.
Hey, Threshold was also nominated for an Emmy, so
those space Sallies, they look pretty real.
So funny.
It was. Oh, you know what? Okay, so the episode, so it was nominated for the 2002 Emmy Award for visual effects, but it lost to the pilot episode Broken Bow.
Wait,
so
what?
Enterprise still won the Emmy for visual effects, but won it for the first. I didn't even know
that
episode.
Could happen. Like that, the same show could be nominated, like two episodes in the same category. I didn't know. Wow.
2000.
We could see what the Vulcan ship looks like, which was pretty cool. It's a very cool looking ship. I like the Vulcan style of ship.
Cool.
Yeah.
I remember after this season came out, I collect, by the way, we'll get into this more towards Christmas time, and Vactor knows this about me, but I have a Star Trek ornament tree. The Hallmark line, they put out a ship every year. Sometimes they do 2 ships, but most of the time it's 1 every year. And I've been collecting since they started in 1991. So I have every single ship that's an ornament. One year during the run of Enterprise, they made a Vulcan ship, and it looks a lot like the one that is in this episode. And so it's just like, it's cool. But like, I cannot wait to show off the ornaments. I'll do like 1 a day leading up to Christmas and stuff like that just to unpack it. But it's my pride and joy. It's my favorite thing. It's my Star Trek tree. It's my Christmas tradition. And I am very excited to get it back out again this year and continue to add to it. So yeah,
we have a couple of Star Trek ornaments. The ones I'm thinking of that I can think of right now are I think we have Discovery. We definitely have a Voyager.
Yeah,
and we have a Tribble.
Oh, nice.
And the Tribble I think used to purr, but my dad went through all of the Tribbles in our house. Like I had like a Tribble that purred. And then, like, the little Tribble, he took the batteries out because you hear so I don't think it purrs anymore, but I think at one point it did.
That's funny. Some of them have, a lot of them have lights, but some of them have voices as well. And the shuttlecraft Galileo from the TOS, on the bottom, if you press the button, it has Spock talking, and it's Leonard Nimoy actually like has like a message, and he says, "Shuttlecraft Enterprise, shuttlecraft to Enterprise, Spock here. Happy holidays. Live long and prosper." But the fun part is to make Spock Thank you. To make Spock stutter. So if you just keep pressing, he goes shuttle shuttlecraft.
Just imagining you sitting there like blizzard.
Meanwhile, meanwhile, my parents are like, "Oh my gosh, take that away from him now."
That's pretty funny. That's really funny. Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess I'm a Trekkie. I don't know. I guess I just like it. I don't know.
Oh my god, you're a nerd.
Yeah. Oh gosh. So yeah, we were talking about the visual effects. We're talking about just like the nature of the dynamic between T'Pol and Trip, as well as Archer and everything else. Archer had a great line in this because he's got this weird back and forth with the captain of the Vulcan ship, Vanik, who's being a total DICK.
Yeah, he is.
To Archer. He says, if Vanik is the kind of guy who likes to watch, let him. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, Archer may as well have just called him a pointy-eared, green-blooded cuck, because that's essentially what he just got into. He's like, he likes to watch, huh? All right, you watch this. Watch as I pull out my grappling hook. You got it? Okay, all right, good. Oh my goodness.
Oh god.
I'm like going through my notes. Did I talk about that? Yeah, I talked.
Did you write that down in your notes?
I did, yeah. As soon as I thought of it, I'm like, yep, this is getting in there.
That's funny.
This is getting put in there for sure.
The relationship is definitely interesting. And the dinner was so awkward.
Yeah.
So awkward. It was so... And he's like, I already ate. And then Archer's
That's
like,
messed up.
Okay, it is messed up. Who goes to a dinner? If you know... Okay, this is awful, but if you're going to dinner with someone, you're like, I know I'm not going to like the food, or like, I know, like, for whatever reason, you eat after. Like, you go, you eat what you can, and then you go through a McDonald's drive-thru on the way home. You don't eat before. That's rude. Like, you know what I mean? Because, like, what if you're wrong? What if there is stuff there that you'll eat? You know?
Yes.
You don't want to be
full. Even if you had eaten, you still are going to shove down some of this food.
Right.
And just pretend like you aren't that hungry, you know, like
rude.
That's
yeah,
dude, at least try it.
It was he was like, oh, is it not good? He was like, no, I'm just not hungry, it's fine.
I thought Scott Bakula did such a great job of like making Archer like appear uncomfortable, trying to rise above it, trying to stay, you know, the host with the most, but like still be like seething underneath. Like he was conveying so much in his, like, he just has his cup and he's just like,
the iced tea really got me. He had a pitcher of iced tea and he was refilling his I don't know why the idea of a pitcher of iced tea on a starship was so funny to me, but I was like, he has a pitcher of iced tea. I don't know, there were all these little like southern nods throughout this episode. The pecan pie true. And Trip and and iced tea. Yeah, but the dinner was just so awkward. It was just so
awkward. I think
awkward.
Porthos should have come in and like been trying to jump on Vanik.
That would have been
that's what would have normally happened. Like you go you bring somebody over for dinner and the dog is like just won't leave them alone and is like picking at scraps and like.
Yeah, you're making me miss my dogs. Yeah. My dog, one of my dogs has an unfortunate habit of wanting to stick her nose in someone's crotch when they walk in, and it's always a stranger that like has never been to our house before, and she's like, hello. And always, don't do that. We try.
I need to check your hygiene.
Right. Her tail's just wagging, like she doesn't have a care in the world. She couldn't care any less. Yeah, that would have been really funny if Porthos was there. That would have been so much better. And like, because if, I think we've said this before, but if humans smell bad to Vulcans, can you imagine how Porthos smells to them?
Right. Yeah, especially after some cheese.
Porthos.
I'm still picturing
the best Vulcan little boy in the galaxy.
He is the bestest boy in the galaxy. I saw an Instagram post today, and it was like, your birth month is your first officer. Like, you can tap an ownership if you want, but this is your first officer. And November was Porthos, and I was so excited. Yeah.
I wish I would have known what April is.
I'll go back and find it. I'll find it. I'll send it to you.
Cool.
I don't know where it is.
Vactor, you were saying something?
All I can think of ever since Linda said it was the Vulcan ship going through the McDonald's drive-thru afterwards. That's all I can think of now.
Is there a space McDonald's?
He's like, I already had my nuggies. I don't have any more space in my belly.
It is illogical not to put cheese on the double.
Yeah. He's like, no pickles. I'm allergic.
The chicken nuggets are shaped like little stars.
Ooh.
See, I'm gonna open a space McDonald's. That's my new plan. I'll let my parents know tonight. New plan, everyone. Space McDonald's. That would be cool, though.
That would be really cool.
Yeah. Although all the companies to be in space, like of all the fast food restaurants, would it be McDonald's?
Probably, actually.
Yeah,
probably.
I guess. Yeah, I guess upon further thought, yeah.
McDonald's and McDonald's.
Starbucks. Do you think the ice cream machine would work in space?
No, yeah. Never.
Never ever.
I went to Sonic the other day. I was like, I had my heart set on a grape cream slush, and their slush machine was down and their ice cream machine was down. So there was zero chance of a grape cream slush entering my orifice.
Oh, that's all. I've never had that. I don't go to Sonic often. I should. I went to Chick-fil-A today because it's my boyfriend and I's like collective favorite. He took me to get my blood drawn this morning, and the phlebotomist was giving a hard time because like he's so squeamish about it, and I feel bad because I'm like, you're dating someone who's chronically ill, and this happens a lot. Like this is a thing that I have to do a lot, and I like to like watch them put the needle in, and I'm like, what? Like I think it's fascinating. Like I love the whole process. He did not feel that way, and he's like in the corner, like I'm sorry, like, and I was like, no, he wasn't like, but he did not want to watch it, and so I was joking with the bonus. I was like, well, I'm gonna get him Chick-fil-A for like for driving me and like for and so we were like, she's like, enjoy your Chick-fil-A, like have fun. So I did. I got him Chick-fil-A for powering through and
that's nice.
Not being too squeamish about the
now he's gonna expect it every time.
That's okay. You know what? That's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. I can afford Chick-fil-A and Papa John's.
He's like, if I make it through this, waffle fries.
Exactly. He's like waffle fries. I mean, he drove, but still waffle fries. Chick-fil-A.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think about T'Pol finding out that she has a man back home who she's supposed to marry?
Okay. This was strange, but also kind of made sense for Vulcans. Like I wasn't like super shocked, I guess, because I was like that. I mean, it was a little shocking, but I was also like, this feels like a very Vulcan thing, especially at this point in their development. And Vulcan marriages kind of seem, from what we've seen, well, I don't know, because when I'm thinking of Vulcan marriage is Tuvok, and that's probably not a great example because for obvious reasons they like weren't together. But I was like, that makes sense. Like the systems that she was describing and the setup and everything made sense for Vulcans. But I love that she was struggling with the choice, that it wasn't inherent, well, I'm Vulcan, this is what I have to do, or like a defiant like, screw you, I don't wanna. It's like she was genuinely struggling with the decision. I like that a lot. That's awesome.
Yeah. And I don't even think necessarily like she talked about it as like she has an obligation to Archer and the crew, as well as an obligation to her culture and being respectful of the traditions of Vulcan and what's expected of her in that regard. But I think that what she was recognizing in herself, even if she's unwilling to say it out loud, is that she feels like she's becoming part of a family on Enterprise.
Yes.
And it's not so much the obligation to Archer, but that she feels like she's a part of something by being a part of this crew.
She enjoys being there.
Yeah. And I'm glad that of all the people that she could talk to, she talked to Trip, who's going to, sort of get to the heart of the matter and be more casual about it, but be what she needs, which is to cut through all the BS and just be like, what do you want?
Right. He was like, what do you want? And she was like, it doesn't matter what I want. And he was like, that's literally the whole decision to make is what you want. And I think part of the reason she was frustrated with that answer is because she doesn't know what she wants. Like, I think the idea is scary. The idea of kind of completely abandoning the safety net is really scary. Like this was supposed to be her plan for her whole life. This has been the plan. And now she might throw it all away for humans that she spent a couple months with on a spaceship. Like, I think that's terrifying for her. But yeah, so I don't know. I like that. What about you, Vactor? What do you think?
Yeah, I feel like they didn't want us to get too attached because they never even showed the guy. We never even saw his face.
He probably was like a heartthrob. He probably was like just like chiseled jaw, Giga Chad Vulcan, and
Giga
you know,
Chad.
like,
so I feel like they like didn't want us to think too hard about it. But same with as you, Linda. I thought the struggle and the choices that she has to make, it makes her more relatable, makes her just like Spock, where we're seeing a lot on Strange New Worlds, his human side and the emotions coming out of him. That's supposed to make him more relatable. In this case, it's her decision, and like I said in the beginning, not standing firm on her, solid on her base and saying, okay, I'm not going to budge. I'm only going to do what's logical. I'm not going to do anything that I feel like I want to do. So Trip kind of little tiny taps on the armor and breaking her down was great. The way that he did it, and then just he disarms you with his southern drawl and his nature. So I like that. I like that this episode made us think about that and made us feel something for T'Pol.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, totally. And honestly, it did it a lot for Trip's character too, because in many ways, Trip, for the most part, is kind of like comic relief. Like in a lot of the scenes, he's got the best lines. It's all for like the one-liners and to kind of like, he uses a lot of levity to try to like, make things fun, maybe something that was fairly serious. He's trying to lighten the mood. But as much of a rascal as he can be, he's equally endearing and kind and thoughtful and ethically a good person too. Because like he was struggling, he had found out obviously about the whole letter that was encrypted, and he ended up reading it and he knew the details of it. And he felt terrible about it. Once he knew it was personal and it was like private information, he felt awful. And wanted to confess. Like even Archer was like, she'll never know, you don't have to tell her. Like he's like, no, I would know, and that's enough of a reason. He's like, I feel sick about it. So
yeah,
I think that
really
was,
loved that a lot.
Yeah, that was such a great moment for him as a character to show layers. And that's just going to continue to build and build. And Trip is one of my favorite characters on this show and continues to be. And it's really great to see this moment, because this is helps define him as more than just the comic relief, more than just the guy who's going to, I guess, cause your away mission to go a little south sometimes.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I like Trip a lot. I really loved that he was like, no, I gotta tell her, like, I made a mistake. Like, I made a mistake for a reason. Like, I stand by it. It was very suspicious, but like, man, I can't know this about her and know that I did this and not tell her. Like, that's not fair. And I appreciated that a lot.
Do you guys go ahead, Vactor? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say he's probably my second favorite character after Phlox at this point.
Yeah, Phlox is great. Do you guys think so? When on my second viewing, I still feel a little confused as to what the Vulcan ship was doing there. So like, it wasn't really for the comet. He has no interest in the comet. It was perhaps to keep an eye on Archer, I guess. But then also it was very personal, because the Captain Vanik had like said something potentially nasty to T'Pol as he was leaving that dinner that they shared. We don't know what he said.
Hold on.
But like part of me wondered if he was aware of her arrangement and the arranged marriage, and he was also there to essentially like take her back with him, is kind of what I thought. Like, like Trip was like, are your bags packed? Because like she was going to have to board the ship with Captain.
He said, Vanik. I'm not going to try to pronounce the Vulcan, but it translates to, according to the AI overview on Google, for whatever this is worth, transfer yourself or you'll soon be a shamed woman.
There we go. See? So like his real purpose was completely to Paul, and maybe also surveillance on the Enterprise. But I felt like that was a little bit murky and maybe not expressed so well.
It wasn't super well explained. I agree.
Okay.
I just kind of wrote it off as like, oh, they're just there to, there's Vulcan ships everywhere to spy on Archer. Like wherever they're going, there's like one close behind, making sure they don't blow up the galaxy, blow up the universe. So
it's interesting that we have that translation, but yet in the episode, they did not provide the caption for that. Like you know, like a show would do. Typically, if you're going to talk in an alien language, there's going to be a caption below at the bottom for you. They didn't want us to know what that said, but that means they could have said anything, right? It didn't have to actually translate according to how they've created and constructed the language, but they clearly it does mean that. So I don't know. I felt like that was one aspect of the episode that just didn't feel well structured. Felt unexplained.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of subtext. It's not, like you said, explained overtly. But my take on that is kind of like an older brother looking over your shoulder and kind of looking out for the younger brother and making sure they're, you know, okay, making sure they're doing the right things. Because I think humanity is so early on in the space exploration that the Vulcans are like the established brand, and they're like, okay, we'll see if they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And, you know, all of the coldness, I think, doesn't come from a place of bad, like they feel like they don't like the humans, but I feel like it's just more, okay, this is the logical thing is we take our, you know, not to act with emotion and just be like, okay, they're the new guys on the block and they've got the technology now. They've got the warp technology. So we need to make sure that they're doing everything they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yet he witnessed that the Enterprise could have benefited from having a tractor beam and having that technology, but just watch them struggle with 2 grappling hooks like Batman in space.
Well, I think his thing was like, well, we're not gonna help you unless you ask for it. Like, we're not gonna step it. I don't even think it's in a like you got to get over your pride way. I think it was just in a like, we're just not going to get involved. Like, we are observing, and let's, like, if you ask us, we're allies. We'll help you if you ask us. We're offering to help, but if you say no, we're not going to be like, well, we know better. That's a human thing to do that. To be like, well, no, you obviously need help. We can help you. We're going to do it anyway, even if you said no. That's a human thing for sure. That is not a Vulcan thing. They are not going to do that. You got to ask. Like that's
and I guess they're not truly partners yet. Like it's not an established federation yet.
Yeah, they're not sharing technology.
As far as like
which
exactly
is the big,
information and technology is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As
far as
allies, not
what they have shared is like just star charts, you know, it's like
which is like you would have gotten that anyway. It just would have taken you a week or two. So
yeah. So
and he also just might be trying to put pressure on Archer to see how he reacts under pressure, to see like, okay, how is he going to do in this situation? That's, I think, again, the subtext, and you're looking in between the lines, but I feel that makes sense that they would do that at this point in time. The Vulcans looking out for the humans, or just saying, do we trust them fully? Do we want to make sure that we want to form an alliance with them?
Yeah. Do we want to begin the Federation?
Yeah, totally. I feel it's probably good that the Vulcan was keeping an eye on everyone, because Malcolm and Travis are meanwhile on the comet planting charges and like just not really going too far away from the charges that they've set, just like walking back like 6 feet, and then they're like, okay, blow it, and then it just like, I'm like, you're on a comet, maybe
there's nowhere to go.
Yeah, maybe don't set off the charges until you're not there anymore. I don't know, like that to me, I was like, oh, but they're about to get launched off. Okay, whatever. And then
unscheduled spacewalk.
Exactly. And then of course they get in the shuttle. This is after Travis has messed up his knee, which we knew was going to happen because they did that whole thing where like they focused so hard on the feet walking on the ice, and you're like, okay, someone's going to slip. It's going to happen.
Through the ice.
And then now I think this is twice in this series, in this season, twice that the shuttlecraft has fallen through like the ground. So like the ground has like given way, and the shuttlecraft has ended up at the bottom of a hole. Didn't that happen in
that is an unreasonable amount of times for this to happen.
Twice in 8 episodes?
Yeah. It's only been 8 episodes. Wow.
That's 25% of the time, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yep. 25% of the time the shuttlecraft ends up in a hole.
Yep. Sure is. That's pretty funny. I had not realized or really thought about that. That's pretty funny.
And he's got a messed up knee and he's getting thrown around in the shuttle because he's trying to sit in a chair that doesn't have any seatbelt or anything. It's like, come on, you guys.
Oh, the seatbelt thing really gets me every time. I don't understand.
Malcolm just keeps putting him back up on the chair. Just like, oh my God.
Stay there.
He doesn't need to be on the chair. He's going to fall off the chair. Just keep him on the floor.
Put him on the floor. Yeah, at that point. It doesn't even no, that's...
Jeez. Yeah. That was funny to me.
That was funny.
The only other note I have is that the final shot of T'Pol sitting down to meditate, but also to enjoy a slice of pecan pie. That pie looked gross. That pie looked like someone ate it and then threw it up and then kind of squished it back together into a triangle
Vactor
shape.
Could not be more shocked if you reached through the screen and slapped him across the face.
And here's the thing, like when Trip was talking about it and he was smelling it and he was like, the chef left me a slice of this delicious pecan pie.
Left me a slice.
It looked tasty. It made me want one. And I don't even like pecan pie. But I saw that final shot and I was like, I don't have an appetite for that anymore. That looks disgusting.
He finally admits it, Linda. He's a pecan hater. He didn't like it from the beginning.
Okay. Is it pecan or pecan?
I think it's both, isn't it? Either one.
I've always said pecan. I don't know which one.
Pecan.
Is there an official way of saying?
But if you say it pecan, you have to say it with like a southern drawl. You can't just say, yes, I would like some of the pecan pie. You gotta go, I would like some of the pecan pie.
Pecan.
Just a sliver.
The official American pronunciation is pecan.
Pecan. A pecan pie. Vactor,
there was no reason to be that excited about that.
Did you share what your wish for the chef to make for you late at night after you miss your...
I did not. I like pretty much anything, but...
Pecan pie.
Yes.
Maybe a soggy bowl of cereal.
Ooh, that too. But... you know what? I was going to say a pie, but now that you just brought up breakfast foods, Shoff, let me go off real quick on a breakfast food tangent because...
yeah, Vactor is a cereal killer.
That is true. I love breakfast foods. Morning, noon, and night, I will eat them. I was so happy in the latest Superman movie that came out earlier this year because he was fixing Lois breakfast for dinner in her apartment. And she said... breakfast for dinner. He's like, I made this. I know you like it so much. You're like, that's you. You like breakfast for dinner. And I cheered in the theater when he said that. I said, I like that too, Superman. But you know what? Right now, Shoff, if you ask me, I would answer Eggo waffles, drowning in syrup.
I was gonna say with Nutella. I'm sorry. I'm gonna change my previous answer, Mom. I still want that chocolate peanut butter pie. But my actual answer to this question is a jar of Nutella. And for bonus points, instead of being American Nutella, if it's Italian Nutella, bonus points.
Ooh.
Italian Nutella is better.
Wow.
That's what I want. I just want a jar.
I didn't know
Nutella.
We had a Nutella expert on the podcast.
Mrs. Worldwide. Miss Worldwide.
I've never been to Italy. My grandfather will go and bring me back Italian Nutella. One year for Christmas, he told my parents, he's like, I got Linda for Christmas this year. Like, I know it because he'll normally ask, like, what does she want? Like, what should I get her? He's like, I got it this year. He went to Costco and he got like a pack of Nutella. And I was so excited. I was so excited. I left some of it at home. I took some of it back to school with me. I always have an emergency jar of Nutella hidden somewhere because it's mine.
Linda, what would you do if you found a spider? If you opened up a Nutella.
Stop it.
And there was
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
What would you do? I'm just curious. Would you would you throw away the whole thing, or would you just scoop out the part that the spider was on? That would require me to touch the
spider, so the whole jar would have to be...
Or you could get a spoon.
No.
This is what...
I don't know.
This is the thing that boyfriends are made for, is to scoop
scoop
spiders out of Nutella. Yeah.
That's right.
Just
Matthew, this is your job.
In his face.
No. I was going to say something. We were talking about Nutella and spiders.
Yes. No. Not the spiders, just the Nutella
part. I was going to say. It's very frustrating. Nutella, I always have a jar. Then you said, what would you do if there was a spider? I had a story.
It was Italian. It was Italian
Nutella.
Yeah, what's the difference? Tell us the difference between
it
Italian
just
and
tastes
American.
better. I honestly don't know what the difference is. It's probably made
No
with better
MSG.
ingredients. Honestly, it's so good though. We have a couple of jars left, I think, of the Italian. Also, someone got me. I think my cousin got my mom a jar. My mom's name is Tori Lynn, and they got like a jar of Nutella that said Tori Lynn instead of Nutella on
that's
it,
cool.
which was really cool. I thought that was really
Yeah.
cute. So, I've seen the little mini jars. Those make a good snack.
Wow.
I'll just have a spoonful of Nutella though, honestly, as like a late night snack. I mean, if we have like bread or something, sometimes I'll make Nutella toast, but it's like mostly Nutella, and the toast is really just a vehicle to get the Nutella into my mouth. Like I don't really care that much about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like anything I'm putting Nutella on, I'm just using it as a way to eat the Nutella. I don't really care about the thing.
If I'm doing like a spoonful of Nutella, there's no way I'm not going back for a second spoonful. Like that, if I've got the spoon, it's going back in for another adventure.
Well, I get a second spoon, but yeah, I do have more than one spoonful of Nutella. I have a problem. My mom does it too.
Linda,
I don't. It's
double fisting the Nutella. That's
okay. So the chef left Captain Linda a jar of Nutella from Italy. Okay.
Yes.
And for Vactor, the chef left Eggos smothered in maple syrup.
So much.
Quick
so
question, Vactor: Do you put your maple syrup in the fridge or do you put it in the pantry?
Pantry. I don't like cold syrup.
I don't like cold syrup either.
I will warm it up in the microwave. I like hot syrup. And
know,
Linda, before you were born, so last week, they used to serve hot syrup at IHOP. They used to bring out a thing of hot syrup at IHOP. And now you got to ask them. I don't know why they stopped with the hot syrup.
Well, hold on. Do you ask them to go to the back and heat up syrup?
The hot syrup. I want it. I want what I'm owed. I'm owed a hot syrup.
He's like, and make sure that bacon's crispy.
Yeah, that too. That's also one that I hate. I hate undercooked bacon. I want it to be that black,
floppy, flaccid bacon.
It should be straight as an arrow, black as coal. That bacon should be.
You pick
crispy.
it up, it's just powder. It's just powder at that point. That's what you want.
You know what's funny? Actually, this is a tangent. My wife, when she met me, she was like, "Why is your bacon so crispy?" And I was like, "I thought that's how it's supposed to be. Like, you're not supposed to not have it that crispy." She's like, "No, that's not normal." I never learned until I met her.
You're like my dad.
My parents are all about crispy bacon.
Yeah. My dad wants, like, first of all, breakfast is his favorite thing ever. He wants breakfast for dinner. Like, my dad could eat breakfast for every meal. He wants his bacon very crispy. He will eat everything basically almost burnt. Like, my mom and I, if we're making, like, brownies or cookies, my mom and I want it, like, melty in the center. Like, we want it barely cooked. Like, we want it.
Ding, ding, ding.
My dad wants it, like, crispy and, like, almost burnt. Yeah, it's created quite the division in our household.
Well, you know, for him though, that's okay. Like, because you guys will get your pieces and then just throw it back in the oven for a little bit longer.
You know,
and then he can have his.
Actually, considered that ever. We've never done that. I mean, sometimes when we do like cookies or something, we'll do like 2 like batches of cookies. But I don't think we've ever like taken it out. We should do that. I know they're both watching this, so new idea, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. That's for smart.
I think outside the box.
My dad also. He's a better chef than I think he's been cooking more in the past few years. He and my mom have been cooking together, but we used to have a tradition. Every show that I had as a kid, he would get up and he would make me like the same breakfast for every day that I had a performance growing up, and it was always like my little like good luck charm.
I love that.
Very nice.
Best parents.
Did your dad also cheer at Superman when he saw that part?
He didn't. He's not a superhero guy. I'm sorry. I know. And he's so like, he doesn't want to watch it. Like, he has no interest in Marvel or DC or superheroes. I think the only superhero thing he watched
pick him back up.
Wait, where'd you go? I think the only superhero thing that he's watched was The Boys.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Does that even count? I don't know.
I think it does, but that also means that he really likes gore.
I don't know that he was in for. I think he thought it was funny. I don't even know if he finished it though. Like, I think he watched.
Yeah, Maybe he was like,
he told me to watch
wait
it.
a minute.
I got a couple. Yeah, I don't know that he was really so
there he
he's
is.
not a superhero guy. Welcome back.
Okay.
But he is a sci-fi guy, so he got me into Star Trek. I think Star Trek the original series is probably his favorite, and then Battlestar Galactica. Yeah.
Why is that toaster lover your XO? I love that show. Love that show so much.
He thinks Adama's the best.
Oh yeah. So say we all.
Well, Adama's not better than Janeway.
No.
See? Yeah, that's what I said.
But you know what? You know what's so interesting actually is the Adama Roslin romance, like that, wanting them to get together, and the Janeway Chakotay, kind of similar
Interesting.
vibes.
Huh. Okay. I'd never thought about that before, but now I'm due for Battlestar rewatch.
Voyager was the pioneer.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit. Now that you're saying that,
I think a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So if the chef was, I got to share mine, of course. So like,
yeah, you got to share yours. We've just been yapping.
I'm like, I have such a sweet tooth. I mean, I love sweets, which is hard to believe because I have this svelte, very trim figure. But I would say, as long as there's chocolate and peanut butter combined in this dessert option, I'm set for life. Like that is those two things, that's the perfect marriage. There is no no better combination ever to be seen before. I also really like, this doesn't even exist, I don't think anymore, but Vactor, do you remember Marie Callender's, like the restaurant? Linda, have you ever been to a Marie Callender's restaurant? I don't know if okay. So Marie Callender's, obviously you can find them in like the freezer section, right? They've got the pot pies and all like the pre-made meals. That used to be one aspect of it, but they had a actual restaurant and you could get pot pies and stuff from there, and they had a huge pie selection, and every Thanksgiving they would do a whole big pie sale and people would line up out the door to get pies. And there was one pie that they made that was the most delicious, decadent pie, and it was called Kahlua cream cheese, and it had like an Oreo crust and just it was like a delicious cream pie. Yeah. Oh my gosh, if someone would make me that, or if Marie Callender herself could, unbury herself from her grave and make it for me, that would be fantastic. That's what I would want the chef to show up with.
Interesting.
Middle of the night, late, just got off my engineering shift, and I'm just like super hungry, and he's just got a Kahlua cream cheese slice just waiting for me. Thanks, chef. Thank you so much. It's like coming home.
I'm thinking now, if I'm hungry, I normally don't want something sweet if I'm hungry. Like I eat sweet things because they taste good. If I'm hungry though,
do you have a late night meal go to?
My Sicilian blood is taking over a little bit, and I feel like good homemade bucatini with succo.
Okay.
That would be my
or
an artichoke. I'm a really big artichoke person. That was my first solid food as a kid, and that that really stuck. Love a good artichoke.
Just an artichoke by itself? Or like artichoke dip. I can get behind artichoke dip. I don't know if I can get behind artichoke
too. But you know what? I really will eat just like the artichoke with breadcrumbs.
Very good.
That's really good.
You should ask Vactor what he likes on his pizza.
Artichoke.
Okay, good. Me too. I'll go to Blaze and get the artichokes.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. See? Yeah. That, or like hearts of palm, also good in like a salad. I've never had hearts of palm on a pizza, but yeah. Also good.
Shoff is boring. He'll just have pepperoni on his pizza.
That's good. You know what's not okay? The only thing on pizza that's truly like not okay. Well, there's two things to me. First of all, I'm so grossed out by the concept of sardines, and that's really not fair because like I do eat fish. I don't know why, but if it's if it's the whole fish, but the one that is so popular that I will never get is pineapple.
I had a feeling you were going there.
Why? And I
are you saying you don't like Hawaiian pizza?
I don't. Two of my best friends on planet Earth, and I'm not really a big ham person either, so nothing about Hawaiian pizza is calling to me. Two of my best friends on planet Earth, who I love more than my next breath, who I would do absolutely anything for, I have a hard time eating with them when they get Hawaiian pizza. Both of them love it. I can't do it.
It's like Linda smells the Hawaiian pizza on them like the Vulcans. It's just a stench in her nose.
It's just the concept of it is so. It's just it's one of those things where it's I can't fathom who put those ingredients together and thought it was a good idea. I can't. It's just
have you tried it, or you're just
I have
making the judgment? Okay, so you have tried it.
I have, and I did it, honestly, it wasn't as disgusting as I thought it would be, but the concept is still so gross to me that I still like can't, like, I didn't like it. It just didn't make me vomit as much as I thought it was going to. But also, it's just like there's this like green Jello dish that was really popular in my family for a while that a lot of people in my family love, and I'm going to start this by saying I love you all, and I would never yuck your yum, and you should keep making it and bring it to family events because it's a tradition. It's just, it looks like the most, it's like green Jello with like cheese and like a bunch of other stuff in it, and it's just, I just like, who thought of that? Like, who was? I'll have to find the recipe somewhere. I'm sure my mom has it.
I was on board until you mentioned cheese. No,
it's
in
like
the
a
Jell-O.
savory thing. It's like there's a bunch of stuff in it. I don't know what's in it. It's not. I've never actually tried it. So great. Now I'm gonna have to try it at the next family event. But
bring it on the podcast next week.
So many people in my family really love it, and so it must be good. I don't know where it came from or why we make it so much, but it is definitely.
I don't know.
The green
I'm gonna have nightmares about that.
Let me Google it and see if I can find.
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have nightmares about that.
I have nightmares.
Jello monster with cheese slices hanging out.
Wait, let me find it. A green classic American potluck dish featuring lime gelatin, crushed pineapple, a creamy element like cottage cheese, cream cheese, or whipped topping. This is maybe it, but I feel like there's more in it. Yeah, mayonnaise, walnuts. It's not a thing that's on my list of top 10 foods to try.
Yeah, I'll skip that one.
Shoff is gonna throw up.
Have some, Shoff. Have some. Try it next week on the podcast.
Let's see. Do I have any trivia for you for this episode? Other than the Emmy, I don't think I have much. Let's see here.
The Emmy is a really cool.
This was the first episode of Enterprise that did not have Rick Berman or Brandon Braga writing the episode or its story. So there's that. Not much to say. Yeah, awards, reception.
But okay.
Wow. Go ahead.
Everybody hates on Enterprise so much that I was really expecting it to be bad. Like I didn't remember it being bad from like the little I'd seen of it, but everyone just says it's the worst Star Trek. It's the worst Star Trek. Like all my videos, but like me, when someone says Voyager is the worst Star Trek, people will be like, the number one comment I always get is, it can't be the worst Star Trek because Enterprise exists. And I really thought that this was going to be like awful. It has been good. I have thoroughly enjoyed it so far. I do not think it's bad at all. I don't even think it's, honestly, like this season feels strong so far, especially in comparison to like, well, Star Trek always has like the first season is notoriously not the best season of the series. Like I don't even really feel that from this, you know, like I'm not feeling like, oh, it's getting its footing. Like we're still learning about the characters and everything, but I'm not feeling like it's that push through of the first season of a Star Trek show.
Yeah. I'm the same way. This has surpassed my expectation. Shoff, no spoilers, but does it get worse from here, in your opinion?
No. In fact, I think it only gets better. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, anyone who says it's bad, I don't understand. I don't get it.
Honestly, anybody that judges Trek off of season 1 of any Trek show is barking up the wrong tree and is not a true fan, because, and I would honestly say this for most any show in general,
yes,
not just Trek, the first season, they're getting their footing. They have to spend enough time introducing characters. It's a lot about origins. It's a lot about beginnings. And it's also them sort of figuring out like the flow of what they want the show to be. And as we've seen in countless other shows, they find their footing somewhere either towards the back half of the first season or into the second season is when like it really starts to like solidify as this is what we want to be. This is the show that we want to do. This is the theme we want to present. And like all Trek shows by season 2, they've got it figured out. But season 1s are kind of shaky, and that's okay. And if this show feels shaky at all right now, I promise you, it really does find its footing. And especially in seasons 3 and 4, there's very much like a trajectory, and it feels more focused in that regard too. So right now it's just early adventures, right? So like they are kind of stumbling through the galaxy.
I'm looking at, I have like my Paramount up on my TV right now behind the laptop, and the next episode Civilization, but the next episode is Fortunate Son. And I read it as Favorite Son because there's a Voyager episode called Favorite Son. So I'm curious to see what Fortunate Son is. But as does not look like it has any correlation to Favorite Son.
Yeah, I vaguely remember the episode just by the title, and I remember it being like a popular episode. I don't know much more than that, but
Enterprise must intervene when the leader of a human freighter crew sets out for revenge against alien pirates. Whew. That
Jack
sounds
Sparrow,
like that sounds like if you ask ChatGPT to create a summary of a Star Trek episode, that sounds like what it would spit out.
I have exciting news. We're going to see. So we didn't get to see Koss this episode, but I promise you, we will get to see him.
Interesting.
Yep. He's played by Alec Baldwin. No, I'm just kidding. That part I don't know. I don't know who plays him. But I do know that we will see him.
He's played by Jeffrey Combs.
That's right. Oh my gosh. That's
when in
funny.
doubt, it's a good guess.
Next episode, like you said, is going to be
Civilization.
Civilization. We said that very Picard. Civilization.
Damn, your impressions.
To boldly go where no one has gone before.
Oh my god. Poor Wesley.
Yeah. Shut up, Wesley.
Damn. Okay, your Picard one is really, really good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Tea. Earl Grey.
It always makes me laugh because, like, you're going to get Earl Grey tea cold.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The computer's like, you don't need to say that thing.
One time somebody say room temperature, say lukewarm. I want to hear it.
Yeah. Hot chocolate. Kid temp.
Yeah.
Thank you. You took the words right out of my mouth. That's how I order my peppermint white mochas. I'm like, kids temp, please, because I'd like to drink it right now.
Exactly. I also get a kid temp. It's really, yeah. I'll go on walks. Like, my school's at the end of like it's called Park Ave. It's like a really cute little like college towny like street, and there's like a bunch of shops and whatever. But there's a Starbucks, and I'm there almost daily because I can't help myself. I have no self control. And but during Christmas time, I'll like walk there at night. Like I'll like call my parents or whatever. Like go on walks, listen to music because it's so beautiful. And every time on my way back, I always get a kids temp hot chocolate because it's just so good. It's the perfect little accompaniment.
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem.
And we're getting
there's
into
also
those
hot
seasonal
chocolate
drinks
in my building. Like I live in a building with a cafe and a grill, and they do have hot chocolate, so I could do that. But yeah,
same.
It's not this. Actually, the hot chocolate's pretty good. Their mocha's pretty good. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I've got for my notes. If you guys want any final thoughts you wanted to share on the episode, feel free. Otherwise, we will switch over to plug in our stuff.
Yeah, let's get a move on because I got some pecan pie to eat.
Oh yeah, we don't want to deny him his pleasures, his sins of the flesh. Captain Linda, what would you like to promote today?
Well, I am working with the Transporter Room as always, and our first episode of Trek Tech is officially out now. I don't think it was out the last time we recorded. So that's super exciting. We talked about transporters. I had a lot of interesting thoughts. So did Chris. So definitely go check that out and give us your thoughts on that. Also, follow me on TikTok and Instagram if you feel like having Voyager and Janeway content infiltrate your feed at Linda Paiges everywhere. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. Captain Vactor.
I have a YouTube channel where I talk all about waffles. It's called This Comic Cooks. And we get into the wild, weird, and wonderful world of comic books, breaking down characters, stories, and hidden gems that deserve way more love. If you've ever thought, where do I even start with comics? Or you just want to discover something new beyond the big screen, that is the place for you at This Comic Cooks. So right after you're done watching Trip eat his pecan pie, head on over to This Comic Cooks and we'll give you some more.
Very nice. That was very good. And then let's see, I'm going to promote my podcast, the Chocolate Peanut Butter Podcast. For the greatest podcast ever. No.
Kahlua something.
No, but I will say, thank you so much to everybody for following us on YouTube. We've seen some great numbers as far as our episodes. People are watching, people are listening, and we really do appreciate all the support. When you are watching us, please make sure to hit that like button. leave us a comment. We'll be able to engage with you better that way. I'm tempted to do a TikTok live. I just have to work through my own insecurities over something, but I'd like to.
That's the same reason I haven't done it. I'm like, what would I even say? Like, I'm so awkward. I'm scared with like without editing and the benefit of like having like a subject to talk about, people find out how awkward I actually am.
Right. Exactly. Like,
I'm really not that funny. Like, I'm really not that interesting. Like, I really like, I don't know if I could do that.
I disagree, Linda.
A former guest host of this podcast, Treknopod, Captain Rick, he advised, he's like, make sure you're doing something. He's like, do something for you. That way, no matter what, you've got an activity going on, and then you can interact with people as you're doing your activity. So like, for what I was going to do is build something Lego related for Star Trek. So I want to do that, and I was tempted to do it this weekend. It just didn't pan out. Maybe I'll do it sometime this week. We'll figure it out. But anyways, stay tuned on to our TikTok at Treknopod for that. And I think that's it. Yeah. Thank you so much. Please tune in next week for our continuing adventure as we voyage through the rest of season 1 of Enterprise. Thank you so much for listening. We hope that you shall live long and prosper.